Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? I hope your day has been fantastic. Hey, look, tonight I'm making something a little bit different for dinner. The kids are getting a little bit spoilt, although they are looking forward to some of the leftovers from last night. That made a massive slab last night of the, what was it called? Chicken and sweet potato cheesy crust, I think it was called, and it was really nice. The kids really enjoyed that. So they're looking forward to having it, the little bit of leftovers, and then this as well. So let me show you. I do have the 2 thermies out today because I wanted to be more time efficient and be able to show you the beginning to the end. Do say hi if you're watching, by the way, and welcome to those of you who are new. I know there's a few extras starting to follow along, so welcome. So spinach and chorizo filo pastries. Now I am shaking it up a little bit. I'm not using chorizo, I'm using salami, but otherwise the rest is fairly similar tonight. So they do say in the tips though, feta is apparently amazing as well. So let's get started. First things first is preheat the oven. Well, that's already happening out there, so that's fine. Grease a 6-hole Texas muffin tray. I don't know what that is. I'm just using a muffin tray. I'm using my silicone one. It's down the back. I'll show you in a moment when we get to that step. And I'm doing 12. I'm doing a double batch on this. Okay, 1 chorizo sausage cut into pieces. I wish they gave me a weight. I'm not familiar with chorizo to know, so I've just taken a chunk off the end of my salami, about that size. Okay, and I'm doing a double, so I've taken 2 chunks. And I've cut them into the 2 centimeters they've asked for as well. If you're watching along tonight, I'd love to know what you're having for dinner at your house. Please say hi and let us know if you know what you're having. 1 potato, approximately 120 grams peeled and cut into pieces. So I love that they gave me scales this time, so I can just put my potato in. I didn't peel it. I'm not very good at doing those sorts of things if I can help it. And I'm hoping I doubled it. Can't remember. More than doubled it. Excellent. I was thinking as well in there you could be putting carrots and sweet potatoes or pumpkin or anything like that. I thought that would be really yummy as well. But anyway, for tonight, let's follow the recipe. This is in the brand new collection on Cookie Doo. And I love that Cookie Doo keeps getting better and better. How good is it that we keep finding new recipes on there? And they keep putting new recipes up as well. Insert the measuring cup, then 4 seconds, speed 5. Just going to give that a chop. And now it's going to cook for 15 minutes. And this is why I needed the second thermi out, because I want to show you. First of all, I'll just show you the chop. Let's get this out and I'll just show you. It's just a really nice dice. It smells amazing. My goodness. So it just says to keep the measuring cup inserted, then 15 minutes, 100 degrees, reverse 1.5. No, not 1.5, just half. So it's just going to cook for 15 minutes. It's going to become, I think that potato will cook through. Now I need to extend the time. I've got I've got an extra batch in there. I'm double batching it. So 15 minutes, half of that is 7.5. So let's put that 7.5 on now. Let's take it up to 22 will do. I need to allow for that extra volume in there. If you are following the recipe to a T though, you don't need to do that. It's just because I'm changing it. Knowing that this only makes 6, I'll make 12. So they'll either be leftovers or the hungry children will eat it. Probably that. Hello Denise, lovely to have you on. Second thermi, I'm going to bring up the rest of the recipe on here. So I'm just going to go to, let's switch you over here. Excuse the very bright light on the screen. I'm going to go to recipe details because I want to skip straight to the step that I'm up to. So I'm going to come down here. So this step says the chorizo, the potato, chop, cook. Then it's going to ask us to place in a bowl and set aside, because if you don't have a second Thermomix, you then need your bowl. Okay, so now we go on to the 120 grams of fresh baby spinach lilies. I reckon you could use frozen, just make sure they're defrosted, okay, and maybe even drain them so that you don't have all that liquid on there. So let's see if I can fit in 120 grams. All right, that's all I have. I have 170. So I am going to be a bit short-changed on that, but never mind. Insert the spatula through the lid. And we're going to chop these down. Now the reason for the spatula is it pushes the food down to the blades. If you've got them up dancing, especially when I've got double the amount, or not quite double in this case, you'll find that those top ones will stay chunky and the bottom will get chopped. So let's push that down. 5 seconds, speed 6, chopping with the other spatula. Oh, that looks amazing. Now we're going to add to that 3 eggs. So this is nearly like an omelette mix, except for the 2 that got stuck up the sides. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a bit dark, but it's amazing. beautifully chopped. So I've got 6 eggs. In they go. Remember, you can use a little handle on the front here to what's it called? Crack your eggs on the front. Hello, Robin. How are you? Hey, Christine. Lovely to have you on. Thank you so much, Robin. The Texas muffin pans are the extra big pans. I love that. So maybe in that case I can make more than just the 6. That's fantastic to know. Okay, 100 grams of mozzarella cheese. So I've got 200 grams. It says cut into 2 centimeters. Mine are about the size of the dial, maybe a little bit too generous, but they're about that size. I'm very interested to see how this chops down. I'm very curious. All right, 2 pinches of salt. I reckon you could add veggie stock, just a little bit though, probably like half a teaspoon, not even half a teaspoon. I don't have it in here, so I won't go that way today. Now we want some pepper, 2 pinches of pepper. Whoa, that was probably a quarter of a teaspoon I put in. And now the measuring cup. I'm sure I had a lid here a second ago. Maybe it was this one. All right. 5 seconds, speed 4. I think I'll have to extend this chop time because I've got so much cheese in there. But let's give it a go. Don't let Sammy fall off the edge of the bench. Now, to me, that's not chopped enough, that cheese, especially with double in there. So we're going to hit the back arrow. Let me have a look. Yeah, no, it didn't actually have much effect on that cheese whatsoever. So let's spin it up further this time. Let's go up to speed 6. And let's see if that had a better effect on it. So then what happens is we actually add this into that bowl. Okay, that's better. It's just chopped it all down, which is beautiful. That first time there was still big chunks in there. So I'm going to leave that sit here until we've got the second step ready, and then we'll combine that together. Now we're getting on to the pastry step. So let me just do a little bit of rearranging for a second, because I'll take you quickly through how to do the pastry. It isn't tricky, so please don't stop yourself having a go at this because you think it's complex. It's not. All right. So this is Filo Pastry. I wouldn't recommend trying to make it. It's one of the few things that I would say it's just all too hard, okay? It has to be so thin, wafer thin, and gluten-free. I don't think there's even a gluten-free option. Sorry, people who are very much completely gluten-free. You do, there we go, want to get it out. Let's unroll it. Okay, I'm going to use these end bits. You can see last time I made something with this, I cut off a square on this end. I can't remember what we made. Maybe it was the pumpkin tart. And I cut off the square and I used the square. So I've actually got these leftover rectangle sheets, which I might start with. So I'll just roll this bit and put it aside. So I'll just show you how to do this. The easiest way is to actually start with big rectangles. Let's flip that over. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to layer them on top. Now this will make 2 squares. Okay, so we're going to spray each layer. We're going to put 6 layers on top of each other. Now you could brush it with our butter, but I find spraying it with oil, or even you could use a paintbrush with oil, but again, the quickest thing is get just spray oil. It's probably the only thing I use spray oil for. So we want 6 layers to make this beautiful casing that's going to line our muffin trays. Remember to get to all the way to the edges, otherwise you'll find that it will go a bit dry and flaky on the edges. I think that's 4. 5. And then, once I get to 6, I'll show you how we finish off. 6, and I've got 2 left, so I used 8 last time for whatever that was. Okay, so now let's make it into a square. You guys can see that. It's close to a square. It's not a perfect square. You guys know I don't cook for perfect in this house. So I'm just going to move one out the way. We've got our little square of pastry. Now, this is my muffin tray from the mix shop. This is a silicone one. I do really like it. If you're looking for new bakery at any stage, go check that out. And all we need to do, I'm not even going to spray the bottom of this, mainly because it's silicone, so it's non-stick. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to push this in. Make sure you go round gently around the sides. You can have it up a little bit higher if you want, because you can then take your mixture up higher. You've got more capacity for height then in there if you take it up that little bit higher rather than pushing the sides down. And there you go. That's how you do it. Now the other way you can do it, let me just show you a different way to make these. Just bear with me for one moment. I'm just going to grab, for the moment, my little yogurt jars from the mix shop. The other way you can do this is actually to put this on top of your yogurt jar and go the other way. So now drop your hands down the sides, give it a nice crease, and now you grab your muffin tray. I quite like doing it this way, makes it a bit fancy. And then flip it over. And you just got to make sure whatever you use is the right shape for the hole, like it's got to be about the same size or a little bit smaller. And there you go. So then, did you see that one? Just see how nicely that one turned out? So very upright. Oops, it's falling over. As comparatively to this one that I did by hand. Hello Suzanne, lovely to have you on. So, two ways of doing it. You can either put your mixture over the back of a cup or a jar, something that's solid on the bottom that's about the same size. That's also, by the way, how you make your own muffin cupcake liners. Did you know that? Or just put it in and shape it around yourself, whichever option is best for you. Then from there, we line as many as we're going to need. It says to then spoon your filling into the pastry and fold in over the top. So folding these in to encase it slightly. Then bake it for 15 to 18 minutes at 200 degrees until golden and firm. And then you're done. How cool is that? So set aside for a few minutes to cool and serve with a side of salad or whatever you've got. But that's it. That's how easy it is to make the beautiful spinach and chorizo filo pies. Now please check the tips in this recipe. It does have down there that you can do things like swap out the mozzarella for the feta and omit the salt. Use your different hams. So there's hints and tips at the bottom there that I thought were really good hints and tips as well. This is perfect snack food. It's perfect party food. It's also perfect dinner food. So I just love, and it's from the new collection, Few Ingredients. So how good is that as well? Good afternoon, Kelly. Lovely to have you on. So there you go. Give these a go. Let me know when you've had a go and what you think. I'd love to know what you think of this recipe. If you've made your own tweaks and changes, let us know. As this cooks off and I can smell it, I'm thinking sun-dried tomatoes. I feel like this needs sun-dried tomatoes in it too. I won't play with the recipe for now. First time making it, let's not play with it. But how good is it that we keep getting new recipes to play with from Thermomix? So thank you to the Cookie Dough team over in Perth who put together these awesome recipes for us. All right, that's it from me this afternoon. Have a fantastic evening. Let me know if I can help you with anything regarding your Thermomix. And please let friends and family know about the price rise that is coming for Thermomix in Australia. I don't want anyone to miss out, pretty much. Thermomix is life-changing for your kitchen, or it can be if you want it to be. And I'd love to help them get a Thermomix and change their kitchen with a Thermomix on the bench. So by all means, pass them my details, jump on my website, whatever they need to see if this is the right fit for them. But otherwise, guys, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time. See you then, everybody. Bye for now.